Hello, this is another video that Matthew, my chief videographer, wanted me to make, but this time it's on a different car. This is our 79 Ford Capri. This one's our race car, so it doesn't do much street driving, but we are trying to make it road legal. But yeah, it's predominantly designed for the racetrack and doing tarmac rallies and things like that. So I'll get Matthew to show you around a little bit. So this is the engine of the car. So it's a 5 litre or 302 and it's a Boss motor, so that means we've got Cleveland heads on a Windsor block or a Windsor bottom end, and it's all custom. It uses a Ford Motorsport Siamese block and as a base with a scat crank, aftermarket conrods, obviously forged pistons, aluminium heads, aftermarket everything. Basically there is no original 70s 60s Ford parts on this engine. It is all aftermarket, and fairly new, although I say that it was actually built about 20 years ago by a mate of mine named Dave Moyle. He's a bit of a legend in New Zealand for building strong Ford motors, and it's never been apart since he built it, and it still goes strong and makes great horsepower. It makes about 400 horsepower, which is pretty exciting in this sort of lightweight car. It'll spin the wheels and through to third gear when you're being a bit brutal on it. Quite exciting. So I try to avoid doing that, because by the time it's spinning the wheel in third gear, you're doing quite fast speeds and it gets pretty exciting, and I start to run out of talent. You may notice the lack of a mechanical water pump. I've actually got an electric water pump down there, and that over there is the pump for the power steering, so it has hydraulic power steering. And the car's it is a Ford Capri, but there's not actually much Capri left in it. I've taken all the crappy Ford parts out of it and replaced most of it with aftermarket or Japanese. So the front suspension is all Mazda out of a FC Series 4 RX-7. The gearbox is a Tremec 5-speed, and the rear suspension is out of a Nissan Skyline, so it has independent rear suspension in it. We run 17-inch BBS wheels, Brembo brakes on the front, and turbo Skyline Mazda brakes on the rear. It's got a full cage in it. Obviously goes down to the back, and that's the fuel cell in the rear. Single seat at the moment. I have got another seat for the passenger side for a co-driver. That'll get that bolted in the next few weeks, actually, is the plan. We've just got the cover off the fuel cell at the moment. That's the cover down there, and just making some additions, one of which is we're going to fit a charcoal canister to it, because the fumes from the fuel cell start to become a bit overpowering. You may notice that the guards are wider than a standard Mark III Capri. That's because it's actually got an X-Pack kit on it, where it gives you widens the track of the car and allows you to run these big tyres on it. So you can see they've got a decent amount of width. I think currently they're a 245 17, 245 40 17. Actually going to go up to something like a 265 or a 275 once I wear out these rear tyres, which at the rate this thing goes won't actually take me that long. Front tyres are slightly narrower, 235 40 17. If I can get down there, and if the camera will pick it up, I'll give you a bit of a shot of the front suspension. So you can see all the Mazda stuff under there, which is all much better geometry, Bilstein shocks, or urethane bushes. In the rear we've kept it pretty standard, but still got Bilsteins on the rear. Carbureted, obviously, nothing too fancy. Try to keep it as simple as we can. But yeah, it's a fast car, it goes well, scares me, which is what all good race cars should do. So this is the interior of the race car. We've got an auto sport seat, an old Sparco steering wheel, all connected to the Mazda steering column. got an adjustable pedal box up in here. No dashboard at the moment. Just putting some new gauges in there for the oil pressure and trying to get the speedometer working. All in the attempt to make this thing road legal. Yeah, so new passenger seat's going to go in here. And I need to tidy up all the wiring because that's starting to get a bit of a mess over there, so that's part of it. And seal up some of the holes in the floor. The fumes that come through are a little bit toxic, and with our plans to do some big rallies in the car coming up, Taranaki Tarmac Rally next year, we kind of need it to be airtight and watertight as much as you can make an old car. So it's kind of what we're working towards at the moment. So today, one of today's little tasks is we're just tidying it up, making it look a little bit more like a car, and so that involves installing the grille. So I'm just going to put some stainless steel screws here. Just going to screw the bottom pieces in. I don't have. We took the radiator support panel off of it and changed it all, and to strengthen the front, we put a piece of roll cage tubing across the front. So we don't have any support across here for the top of the grille. So I'm just going to put the bottom into place, and then as part of the next step, I'm going to put in the top half of the grille mount. That will involve, an aluminium. That's aluminium. Attaching something to that aluminium plate there, and attaching it to the top of the grille there, just to finish off the front of the car a little bit and make it look a bit more. That's today's plan anyway. So that's the race car, just a brief idea around it. That's all we've got for today, and if you've got any questions, just comment down the bottom, and I'll reply to them as I see them. And if you want to know more about it, then just make a comment and we'll tell you a bit more. Thanks for watching. Bye.